Hello and welcome to Reportage. This is Danish bin Nabi. In today's segment of Reportage, I shall have a discussion about the Kashmiri Pandits who have been protesting in Jammu since last over 250 days. To discuss about this issue, I have with me Advocate Deepika Pushkar Nath. She has been a vocal supporter of Kashmiri Pandits who have been protesting since last many months now. Deepika, welcome to Reportage.
Thank you so much.
Explain to me why Kashmiri Pandits are protesting.
Danish, they are protesting because they want protection of their lives
From
getting killed. Target killings, one after one, terror list, hit list. You saw recently TRF came up with third list wherein TRF claimed and said that they are the Kashmiri Pandits on their target and they will make sure that they are killed. Unfortunate that even the details of Kashmiri Pandits who are working in Kashmir under PM's rehabilitation package, the terror organizations have their details also. Meaning thereby that the Kashmiri Pandits who are working in Kashmir under rehabilitation package, as I said, are prone to danger.
But who is exposing this list to these organizations?
That is what the administration needs to be asked. That is what, like the administration, which claims that they have been ensuring protection to Kashmiri Pandits, they have been ensuring that they are safe, they are rehabilitated. Rather, if I say that they have been monetizing their pain, so this needs to be
by stopping their salaries.
No, monetizing their pain by making propaganda, by coming up with films, but not addressing their real issues.
We will come to that film moments later. What are their present demands? What are they actually demanding now?
See, at this time, Kashmiri Pandits are demanding relocation policy. They are demanding a transfer policy, right? And understood and admittedly, they have given an affidavit at the time of appointment that they will never seek transfer to the other places. But I have one point to say here that let that affidavit not be treated as a death warrant. They did not sign a death warrant. So in the present circumstances, when the target killings are going on, when the terror organizations are openly coming up with their names, I believe under such circumstances, government need to show that amount of sensitivity by making a transfer policy. And I have a point here to make. The transfer policy that Kashmiri Pandits are seeking, they're not seeking you permanently place us here. What is transfer policy? Transfer policy that they can be transferred later. So let the government work on it. Let the government have the provisions in it which can be modified later. They are saying at this time, situation in Kashmir is not conducive, right? They have the threats. The target killings were there. You saw how many Kashmiri Pandits were killed. Rather, Rahul Bhatt's incident, So, under such circumstances, they are fearing for their life and they have a genuine demand of transfer policy, that too a temporary transfer policy.
And how has LG administration responded to these things?
Turned deaf ear to their demands.
This is when the Pandit community has overwhelmingly voted for the BJP government.
Yeah, see, that
in
is
both the elections.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate part. Kashmiri Pandits trusted them. But it is like it is breach of trust in a way. They extended a promise of rehabilitating. And I want to understand from the administration what rehabilitation in their connotation means. Is it getting them killed? Is it putting them in a place, forcing them to work in a place where they are extended threats? Is it that? Is welfare that for the administration?
Have you approached the administration from your side?
See, to be very candid, I, from my side, have not approached the administration, but Kashmiri Pandits are approaching the administration. The Pandits, the Kashmiri Pandit migrants sitting on protest, they are. For last 8 months, they are on protest. And I don't know why this is taken so lightly by the administration.
And even Home Minister Amit Shah did not speak about them on his
Yes,
recent visit.
that was the unfortunate part. He was here. The Kashmiri Pandits, they were on protest. They were forced to, call off the strike. They were forced. The administration came up with a written document, written assurance that we will try to have your meeting with the LG. But after that, nothing happened. And today they are on. It is more than 30 years. More than 30 years.
Do you feel betrayed by the BJP because the community has trusted
Yes, it
them in a
is
bit?
betrayal. It is.
BJP betrayed Kashmiri
Yeah,
Pandit
it is.
community.
I must call it a brutal betrayal. Why brutal betrayal? Because there is a threat to life, and Kashmiri Pandits are screaming, shouting, pleading for mercy. And unfortunately, Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, having no concerns for them.
You had also gone on an hunger strike for these protesting Pandits.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Why did you
See,
call off?
no, the reason was the day I announced hunger strike to support my community members, that day at around 1 in the, I must say, 1 in the night, we called it off. And I also said that for temporary, I am calling off my this hunger strike
strike.
also. Because administration came up with the assurance that day. Administration said that we will be having your meetings with the LG administration and your demands will be taken up. So that was, and I had tweeted, I said that it is on temporary basis only. I don't understand one thing, Danish. One, you make the promise. Second, you break it.
Third,
And third, you have no concern. You take it so lightly. You take it
that
1 second.
not having any concern is the main problem.
That is as if we don't matter for them. As if
Does
human
anyone
beings-
matter for the BJP?
I don't think so. I don't think BJP, it matters to BJP. I don't think human beings are, we matter to them. All what matters to them is to be in power by any means
And win the elections
and win the elections, topple the governments.
with the Operation Lotus.
True.
What about the mainstream media? There is absolutely no talk of the protesting Pandits.
That is, I was, yesterday only, I was, I watched an interview of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He was asked a question and he said, yes, one thing I have done brilliantly was to manage media. So I think it is that.
Self-explanatory.
It is something, Danish, which is unfortunate. It is something which is unfortunate. Someone is screaming for help. Someone is saying, help me, rescue me, I'll be killed. And total silence on it. What more unfortunate than this?
What about the salaries? Have they been restored?
I don't think so. Because we saw a few months back, we saw there was an order by the concerned authorities. They said, you resume, otherwise your salaries will not be released. So what was that? Forcing them, blackmailing them on their survival. Danish, you go and visit them. I have recently come to know that, the gold jewelry that they had, they are disposing it off to ensure survival.
Day-to-day needs.
Day-to-day needs, even education of their children. They don't know where to enroll them, in Jammu or Kashmir. So, at like, a lot are suffering.
Has the movie Kashmir Files helped the community in any way?
Rather, I think it has created a created narrative against Kashmiri Pandits rather.
What type of narrative?
I feel it has somewhere, I feel the situation that was getting normalized, or the relations, right, getting
Between the two
normalized between the
communities,
two
Pandits
communities,
and
yeah,
Muslims, that have again widened now.
widen. So you think about those Kashmiri Pandits who never migrated to Jammu or the other parts of the country. So it is important that we protect them. I'm not trying to generalize my comments. I'm not trying to generalize by saying that all those who are in Kashmir are, extending threats to Kashmiri Pandits. I'm not saying that. Only few. And we don't know who are those. We don't know who are
And
those.
Kashmir Files has again put them in a spot.
They are. It has. See, a question. If I try to interpret it, I would say, on one hand, you're trying to monetize their pain. You're trying to showcase their pain on wider contours. The other hand, you are not ready to address their real issues. You are saying, oh, they were uprooted in 90. Look their pain, how they suffered, what all they have gone through. But you are not trying to address
That pain.
that pain which is still going on. They have taken to roads, they are on roads for last 8 months.
Any message for the filmmakers like Vivek Agnihotri?
Please come and participate in the protests with them
That are currently going on in Jammu.
that are currently going on. Or I request Vivek Agnihotri, please advocate with the administration and come up with a transfer policy for them.
My last question. Define BJP government in one word.
Divert and rule.
Deepika, pleasure talking to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please subscribe to our channel Reportage and press the bell icon to remain updated.